Hey guys, Xj9's here, and today is going to be a video just about Bel'Veth and upcoming changes for her in the PB. I'm making this just because it's kind of reminding me of Zeri, where they identify that Zeri's weak, or I mean strong, and so then they start, they say they're nerfing her, but then they give her like fun things to do, or but they like it's not a straight up nerfs. They buff her in other ways, and then it ends up being a power neutral or like even a gain nerf. It's kind of like what kind of like Gwen, but mostly like Zeri. Zeri's has been in a loop of constant buffs and changes, but they'll nerf her, but then they'll make a big change. Then she's all of a sudden broken again, even though they nerfed everything else. And it's like it's very weird how again how August I guess is balancing Zeri if he's only in charge of Zeri, like he's the guy and no one else. But I just thought I'd give some feedback on what I think about this. So, first off, what does August say? He says Bel'Veth nerf adjustments for next patch. She's very strong and low MMR. So very strong and low MMR. However, the same exact time, 2:36 p.m. and this is 3:15 p.m. Why are we nerfing Bel'Veth? Her win rate in skilled elite play, despite starting at 37%, is starting to reach 50%. Her average MMR win rate is 55%. All are still climbing by the day. That's pretty strong for a champion who's only been out for 1 week. Um, so okay, so she's strong in pretty much all MMRs, strong in elite play, and so let's look at the changes right away. So uh, attack range it was 125, now it's gonna be 175. That's pretty freaking huge. 50 more auto range on a melee champion that like needs to get in your face without even having that having her ultimate. She doesn't need her her ultimate's good still, but she doesn't need to excel as much as she used to. So that's already a giant buff. HP regen, it was 8.5 to plus 8.5 per level. Now it's 7 plus 7 uh point 0.7 level. So again, like that's actually I believe quite a big nerf, unless they meant to say like 7.7, but like she actually lost a lot of health regen a level. Unless again, that's quite a giant nerf if so of the health regen actually. But the thing is, you realize is that well, she's in the jungle and she has a 70% damage reduction E and insane lifesteal with her E. So, and when a target's low, she can lifesteal the full, and she has Omnivamp through the jungle item. So I don't think it should really affect her at all that much. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but we'll see. Um, I like building Blade King on her first, so that wouldn't really affect me that much. It is a nerf though overall because even during team fights, your health regen is kicking in and healing you, which is essentially effective health. And since there's less grievous wounds in the game in general, and they're less effective, health regen is a very strong stat. So continuing on, value of the stacks of a passive was 0.25% to 1.25% attack speed by level 18. So levels 1 through 18. Now it's 0.28 to 1% attack speed by level 13. It gets to 1% at level 14 on live. So this is overall a slight buff. It's only a nerf past level 15 actually. Uh, if you're once you're level 15, your attack speed is actually getting nerfed. But overall, like, well, Bel'Veth's weakest point, so to speak, is her early and mid game because she just wants to get stacks and get stronger. So, is it really much of a nerf if her early and mid game was buffed? That means that she can set herself up for her late game easier and not be at like a big goal deficit. She has a higher likelihood to exceed. Another big thing that counteracts this nerf completely is she can now gain a stack off large minions. So that's pretty huge. So now she's a new source of getting stacks. So maybe she'll come by and funnel that cannon minion wave just get a stack when she's doing her big push with what do you call it uh her Rift Herald Baron push, her little minions. She can get stacks from cannon minions. If she's behind for some reason, or like they got an inhibitor, I believe a siege minion is a large minion, so she can get stacks from that. So you'll get a few extra stacks, at least maybe one or two a game. So it kind of counteracts the nerf quite a bit. Again, like uh, games being decided at level 15 is very rare. Usually games, at least in solo queue, are decided earlier. Even in pro play, games are decided like before level 14 usually, unless it's like some weird stuff. But even then, overall her scaling and ability to succeed is higher. Um, Fix the bug where Q would cause R's true damage on hit to deal double damage. This is a very slight nerf unless you could like do it late, so like you can get like a big, I don't know, 50 true damage hit. I'm not sure how replicable this was, or if people were abusing it so hard that it was actually influencing her win rate. But that's good. It's fixed. That could again, it could be influencing her win rate, so that's good. That's fixed. It shouldn't be here. Damage per hit on her E was 8 to 20. Now it's 8 to 16. This ability is incredibly strong. You definitely max it second. There's arguments to be made to max it first, but probably not. But yeah, maxing it second is incredibly strong because you can do 11 hits and or 11 like at least 9 to 13 hits plus, and you have a base damage of 16, which is times by 4, and then 16 times 4 and then times 9 to 14. It's actually crazy. And then that's only the base damage. You add your attack damage, it can deal like 800 damage. It's actually pretty crazy ability. Like use that a 40% HP target, they're dead. Um, Hit them with a W and E, they're dead. But again, overall, is it really that big of a nerf? I mean, again, it depends on if she can get an extra hit through attack speeds early because her attack speed scales better. So if she can get an extra hit, like I'm not sure the exact scaling or or the exact circumstances, but if she can get like due to the higher attack speed and off large minions like the better scaling early, if she can do one additional hit, this is kind of counteracted again. So it's not the biggest nerf in the world. It's still incredibly strong, and it might even be power neutral. Our explosion missing health damage was 25 to 35%. Now it's 25%. Again, you can honestly just look at this as instead of doing like 35, being level 16 is quite rare to be a deciding factor in a game. So it's really just a 5% nerf on our ultimate because it's instead of being 3% at level 11, it's just always 25%. It's still very strong. This one of the strongest parts about it is the slow because it's like old Nico R where you just can't get out of it. You have to flash or dash, and you just die. And it's a huge utility in a team fight. Bonus attack range was 50 to 100. Now it's just 50. So again, now she just has at level 6 100 attack range more. Like when she gets her ultimate, she has 100 more attack range instead of just being like right now in live. If I were to get my ult, I would have 175 attack speed. But no, but with this patch, I'm gonna have 125 attack not attack speed, attack range in my ultimate at level 6. That is a ginormous buff no matter how you look at it. And um wait, am I being? Oh yeah, yeah. So sorry. Yeah, that is a ginormous buff overall. It's huge. Not giving out so levels 11 to 16 are again they don't do anything for attack range, but she essentially got her level 11 and 16 attack range buff into her base kit. That is an incredible buff. So she doesn't need her ultimate past level 6 pretty much. Void Remora health was 70%, now it's 50 to 70%. I think the biggest thing with this is that melee Remoras will die in one hit now to a tower. I'm not sure if at a level 11 if they will live or if they will only live to a tower shot at level 16. Again, it really depends, but I'm pretty sure at level 6 with the Void Remoras will die to one tower shot, the melee ones. That is pretty huge because there's a lot of videos of people pushing with Rift Herald, right? And a lot of times the Rift Herald lives because the Void Remora melees tank 2 Baron hits and they don't die. So what ends up not Baron hits. I'm sorry. 2 tower hits, okay? They take 2 tower hits and they don't die. And if they only took one, the Rift Herald would have been dead. So, uh, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. So now, you need to be level 16 to actually make your voids take 2 tower shots. I'm not even sure if tower damage gets so high to the point where it will die to one shot anyway. But again, the biggest question is with 60% HP, will melees be able to tank 2 hits? If not, that's a giant nerf to her pushing power. That might be one of the biggest targets because in solo queue especially, people really suck at split pushing and they're not used to getting pushed on by Rift Herald. Rift Herald plays, they happen like I've had games where I play like Kindred or something and I just pushed with a Rift Herald and no one came, and you're supposed to come and people in solo queue just in their own world they just don't care and that's why Bel'Veth excels. She excels in a solo queue environment where no one cares about the Rift Herald and three people pushing a lane. There's like, yep, someone will take care of it, right? And no one does. So that I would really be interested to see the stats on how many games have ended because of a Rift Herald push very early on, and I guarantee you it's quite high. Fixed the bug where Bel'Veth would lose R's bonus health if she devoured a Void Epic Coral while already in her true form. Again, this is also a slight buff, and it's not the biggest deal, but that's a buff. So overall, the biggest buff was the attack range. The biggest nerf is probably her health regen. If she literally lost 7.8 health per level, but again, like her after her first clear, she's very healthy. She has so much clearing, and her Omnivant will heal her a lot. So, is that the biggest nerf in the world? This is probably the biggest nerf, but she got an attack range buff, which helps her kite camps as well. So she'll probably take less damage anyway, and she can attack safer. I'm not sure if auto attack range also influences her ultimate grab range, kind of like Viego. I'm not sure. I don't think it does though. Maybe it does though. But if that's the case, that's also a buff. Attack speed is better until level 15, so you can tax a lane and get cannon minions. Before it would actually feel really bad staying in a lane because you don't get passive stacks, but now you get a passive stack. And yeah, her E being changed is not the biggest deal because of the passive change with her attack speed. So, give me your thoughts, but I have a feeling Bel'Veth might end up like Zeri, where she's getting constantly changed because instead of just nerfing her and leaving it that, like say they just nerfed her health per level and nerfed, or like let's say they just nerfed her E, nerfed nerfed did all these changes with an R or something, maybe not the attack range, and didn't buff her attack range, maybe nerf the health per level a little bit, then that's a straight up nerf. But they buffed her in other ways, which counteracts the nerf. So I still think she's very strong. I would even say she's even stronger, even slightly. So yeah, if the goal was to nerf her, I don't think this succeeded. I think she'll be strong. So um, yeah, I really hope this doesn't end up with Zeri, where every single patch I have to read on the patch notes 8 Zeri changes. So please just get it right, and that's all I gotta say. That's my advice. Okay, so good luck. Tell me what you think in the comments. Bye.